Good morning, students. So once again, I welcome you all for the another session. So today we're going to take numerical problems on slope and deflection of cantilever beam. So let us consider first cantilever beam and try to find out slope and deflection at various points on the cantilever beam by moment area method. Okay, the first problem is like this: calculate the slope and deflection at B and C of a cantilever beam shown in figure using moment area method. Take EI. So EI is called flexural rigidity. Okay. Take EI is equal to 5.5 into 10 to the power of 3 kilonewton meter square. Okay. So this is the problem. So given problem is, so cantilever beam A B C. So it is fixed at A and free at C. Okay. So there are 2 point loads, 10 kilonewton at C and 15 kilonewton at B. Okay. So 2 meter, 2 meter. So this is a cantilever beam. And as you know that, so since here it is fixed, okay, so slope at A is 0. So the beam will not going to deflect here also. So deflection is also 0. So theta A is 0 and YA is 0. So now if the load comes, the beam will going to bend like this. Okay, it will going to bend like this means, so slope will be there, deflection will be there at C. Similarly, theta B is there and YB is there. So now we have to find out what is the slope at B, deflection at B, and slope at C and deflection at C. Okay, so considering slope and deflection at A will be 0. Okay, so let us find out the bending moment. So as I told, since it is a cantilever beam, so there will be no necessity of finding out the reaction at this point. So directly you can start calculating bending moment from free end. Now let us calculate bending moment at C. So bending moment at C, MC is equal to 0. So this 10 kilonewton into perpendicular distance is 0. So moment at C, MC is equal to 0. Then similarly bending moment at B. So calculate bending moment at B. Again start from this end. Okay, first load is 10 kilonewton. So 10 into 2. Okay, 10 into 2, bending moment at B, MB is equal to 10 into 2. This is minus because, so with reference to B, if the load applied on the C, how this portion bends, BC, the BC will going to bend like this. Okay, this comes down means the beam portion BC will going to bend like this, or it is hog, it is hogging, so it is minus. So bending moment at B is equal to minus 10 into 2, and if you consider this 15 into 0, so only minus 10 into 2. So bending moment at B is equal to minus 20 kilonewton meter. Okay, then bending moment at A, again start from this end. So bending moment at A is equal to again minus. So with reference to A, this portion AC will going to bend like this. Okay, so it is minus 10 into 4. So bending moment at A is equal to, because of this load, minus 10 into 4, then minus 15 into 2. Okay, minus 15 into 2. So the total bending moment at A, MA is equal to minus 70 kilonewton meter. Okay, so bending moment at C 0, bending moment at B minus 20, and bending moment at A minus 70 kilonewton meter. So draw these ordinates in the form of bending moment diagram. So first draw the base. Okay, draw the baseline A, B and C. Okay, so start marking the bending moment. So what is the bending moment at A? It is minus 70. Minus means below this baseline you have to draw. See, it is 70 kilonewton meter. So bending moment at A will be minus 70 kilonewton meter. Then bending moment at B, bending moment at B, MB minus 20. See, this is minus 20. Okay, minus means below the baseline. This is 20 kilonewton meter. Then bending moment at C, it is 0. Okay, now join this. So here it is 70, here it is 20, here it is 0. Now no load here in between A and B, straight line it is. Connect this straight line. Then similarly B to C, no load. Okay, again join straight line. So this is the bending moment diagram. Okay, so this is 70 minus 20 and it is 0. Now let us divide this total area of bending moment diagram into simple geometrical sections. So now I'll join this point. Okay, as usual, this is A, B, C. I'll write here D and E. Okay, so divide this total area into small areas. Okay, connect this. So can you see the rectangle here? Okay, this rectangle, mark it as 1, area 1. Then this automatically there will be a triangle here. This is 2 and this is another triangle 3. So this total area of bending moment diagram will be divided into area 1, area 2 and area 3. So this is 70. Now this is 20 means this is 20. Alright, and remaining is this is 20 means out of 70 it will be 50. So 50 plus 20 total 70 here. Okay, so now this is the bending moment diagram. Now let us calculate first what they have asked, slope at B. Okay, then the slope at C. First we'll calculate slope theta B, slope at C theta C. Now see, so what this how to calculate slope at B and C now. So slope at B, that is theta B. So according to moment area method or Morse theorem, what first theorem states? Slope at B or slope at any point is equal to area of bending moment diagram. So you have to see the area of bending moment diagram between A and B. Now we are calculating B. Slope at B means, so consider one point B and we have to find out where the slope is 0 now. So in this beam, where the slope is 0? At A is 0. So now we have to take A and B 2 points. Okay, we are calculating theta B and here theta A is 0. So the reference point is A now. So consider the area between A and B. Consider the area of bending moment diagram. Area of bending moment diagram between A and B. Now see, this is point A, this is point A, B. So what is the area between these two AB now? Area 1 and area 2. So we are considering this portion. So the area between A and B is A1 and A2. So area A1 plus area A2 divided by EI. Okay. Now area of bending moment diagram between A and B, that is A1. So now why you are considering AB? So because slope at A is 0 and A will be the reference point and consider portion BA. Okay. Now calculate A1. So what is A1? A1 is rectangle now here. Rectangle. What is the area of rectangle? See here it is 20 into 2 meter. So 20 into 2 will be the area of rectangle. And what is the area of triangle now? This triangle, half base. So base is 2 meter. Okay, base is 2 meter and height is 50. Only this triangle now, not 70. So A1 is 20 into 2. Then A2 will be this half, base is 2 meter and height will be 50. Okay, so this is A1 40, then A2 half, base into height half, 2 into 50. So A2 will going to get 50. So area A1 40, area A2 50. Now substitute A1 and A2 in equation 1. What is equation 1? So slope at B, theta B is equal to area of bending moment diagram between A and B. So that is area A1 plus area A2 divided by EI. That is 40 plus 50 divided by, this is given now. This is given 5.5 into 10 raised to 3. This is in kilonewton meter square. Okay, 5.5 into 10 raised to 3 kilonewton meter square, that is EI, complete EI is given. So therefore theta B, slope at B, if you calculate this, okay, so we're going to get 0.01636, okay, 0.01636 radians. Remember, slope means rotation. Okay, the rotation or slope will be, okay, in the form of radians. Okay, the unit of slope will be radians. So theta B 0.01636 radians. Similarly, calculate slope at C now. Slope at C, theta C. According to moment area method or Moore's first theorem, slope at C is equal to area of bending moment diagram between C and A now, divided by EI. Again, why it is C and A now? Again, we have to calculate slope at C now. And where is slope at 0? Slope at A is 0. So now we have to consider portion between C and A. Area we have to consider put between C and A. So now if you consider between C and A, how many areas? That is 1, 2 and 3. So theta C is equal to area of bending moment diagram between C and A divided by EI. So area A1 plus area A2 plus area A3 divided by EI. So A1 is already calculated here, 40. A2 is calculated 50. Now only A3 you have to calculate. What is the area of 3 now? This only. This is a triangle. Area of triangle 3. So that is again triangle means half base into height. Half base is 20. Okay, base is 20 and height of this triangle will be 20. Okay, half base is 2 meter, sorry, base is 2 meter, okay, and height will be 20. Now see, half base is 2, height is 20. So area A3 will going to get 20. So substitute A1, A2, A3 here. So A1 is 40, A2 is 50 and A3 is 20 divided by EI. So this will be 110 divided by 5.5 into 10 raised to 3. Again the unit will be for theta C, rotation at C or slope at C, theta C is equal to 0.02 radians. Okay, 0.02 radians. So this is slope at B, slope at C. So for slope at B, you have to consider area between B and A. For slope at C, you have to consider area between C and A. For B, it is area 1 plus area 2 divided by EI. And for theta C, it is area between C and A, that is area 1 plus 2 plus 3 divided by EI. Okay, so this is slope. Now next, find out the deflection at B and C, same. Okay, when this load comes, when the load comes on these two load comes on the beam, okay, A is fixed, so no deflection. The beam will going to deflect like this. Okay, the beam will going to deflect like this. Okay, so this is YC, this is YB, YA is 0. Okay, deflection at A will be 0. Now let us find out first deflection at B, YB. Now for this will be used moment area method, that is Moore's theorem second theorem will be used. So the deflection at any point is equal to YB. Now deflection at B means it is YB is equal to A into X bar divided by EI. So again A will be area, right, and multiply that area with reference to centroid, okay, from a reference point. So now consider we are finding out the deflection at B means, so area between A and B or B and A. Again same, I want deflection at B now. So deflection at B, so I want, and here deflection is 0. Okay, so deflection is 0 means again we have to consider between A and B or B and A. Okay, so see here. So deflection at B is equal to A into X bar divided by EI. So deflection at B, YB is equal to, so now what is the area between B and A now? B and A means area 1, area 2. So now area 1 is 20 into 2, A into X bar. So A will be 2 here now, area 1 and area 2 multiply by their centroids. So area is, A1 is 20 into 2, that is 40. And what is the centroid of this area rectangle? Okay, with reference to B. Now why it is B? We are calculating deflection at B. Okay, deflection at B. So what is the centroid of this area? Half, that is 1 meter. So area is 20 into 2, that is 40 into X bar or X1 bar. X1 bar will be from B, it is 1. Okay, so why it is B? We are calculating deflection at B. So from B only you have to take the x bar, that is x1 bar is equal to 1. Similarly, area 2. What is area 2? Half, base is 2 meter, height will be 50. This is area 2 and into x2 bar. x2 bar means again from this only we have to find out the centroid. Centroid of this triangle will be from here it is 2/3 of base. Remember, from this 0 intensity it is 2/3 of base. Okay. Now see. So A1 already we have calculated in the previous case. A1 is 40. Okay. Then what is x1 bar? That is rectangle half 1 meter. Okay. Then A2 already we have calculated 50 area. Then x2 bar it is 2/3 of base, that is 2/3 of 2 from B. So substitute these values in this equation, that is YB deflection at B, YB is equal to A1 x1 bar, A1 40 into 1 plus A2 50 into x2 bar, 2/3 of 50 into x2 bar, 2/3 of 2 divided by EI, that is 5.5 into 10 raised to 3. So you will going to get deflection. Okay, this is in terms of either meter or centimeter or millimeter deflection. How much deflection will be there? So it is 19.36 mm. Means when the load comes, when this beam deflect, okay, beam will going to deflect like this. So that this deflection, the B, at B deflection will be 19.36 mm. So 19.36 mm. Okay, right. Now second, similarly calculate deflection at C now. Deflection at C, YC. Again deflection at C, YC is equal to general formula A into x bar divided by EI. A into x bar divided by EI. So now where you are calculating deflection? At C. And where the deflection is 0? At A. So now you have to consider the area. This area will be between C and A, or A and C. A and C means area between A and C means this complete. Okay, so 3 areas will come 1, 2, 3. So area 1 multiply by x1 bar. Now where you are calculating deflection? At C. So your x1 bar now from C to this. Okay, then similarly x2 bar from C to centroid of this 2, then x3 bar from C to centroid of this. Okay, now we are calculating deflection at C means all your distances. Okay, area will be A1, A2, A3, right? A1 into x1 bar. X1 bar will be again from C, because we are calculating deflection at C means your distances should be from C. So this is x1 bar. Okay, from this is x2 bar, and from here it is x3 bar. So deflection at C will be A1 already calculated 40. Okay, it is 40 into 3. So 3 means from C. Centroid of this. Centroid of this only rectangle is 1 meter. So from here to here it is 1 meter, but we are measuring from C. So it is 2 plus half of this 2 is 1. So that is 3. Okay. 40 into area 40 into 3. Similarly, plus 50 into A2 is 50. A2 is 50. Okay. Into 2 plus 2/3 of 2. Again, centroid from C. Area 2, this is area 2 now. So now from C only you have to measure. So now from here to here how much? 2 meter. Means from here to here is 2 meter plus centroid of this. Okay. Now see, this is a triangle now. So up to here it is 2 meter. 2 plus how much this now? From here to here it is 2/3. Triangle means from this end it is 2/3. So 2 plus 2/3 of this base. 2/3 of 2. Okay. So that will be the x2 bar. Okay. So 50 area into x2 bar is 2 plus 2/3 of 2 plus area 3. So area 3 we have calculated, okay, triangle, okay, area 3 it is calculated. Now see, area 3 it is 20. So 20 into perpendicular distance. So now area of this 3 will be 20 and perpendicular distance, that is centroid from C. Again this is a triangle. So if you measure from 0, it is 2/3 of 2. Okay. So area into 2/3 of 2. See, this is 20 into 2/3 of 2 divided by EI. So that is 5.5 into 10 raised to 3. So the deflection at C will be 56.93 mm. Means the point C will going to deflect by an amount of 56.93 mm and deflection at B it is 19.36 mm. So see that units for deflection it is either mm, centimeter or millimeter, but for slope it is radians. Okay, so we have found out all the things, that is slope at B, theta B, slope at C, theta C, then deflection at B, YB, and deflection at C, YC. So hope you understood this. So please go through this video lecture because this will be included in your internal assessment. So solve once again, okay, and please be ready for the second internal assessment. Okay, thank you very much.